Hey folks, and welcome back. Before we get started with the whole banner reaction and analysis sort of stuff, I want to give my quick thoughts on the Midpoint movie that just came out about like an hour before this came out. I really don't know what to think about it, just because it's definitely not going to happen in like the next chapter that's literally releasing in like however many days, like 2-3 days. But I feel like it's kind of spoilery. I'm not even too sure what to think, but I hope that it actually kind of gets resolved pretty quickly so that we can have like an actual really nice end to the book. I don't know. I just feel like a lot happened and it's just like, it's really weird to process. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, eh. Anyways, we have the midpoint, which everybody kind of expected at this point, and Nott is literally in the title. So yeah, she's here. We'll see what happens there. But otherwise, I don't know what's going on here. And so I think you all know what'll happen if you know what happens. So that's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. I know it's gonna happen one day. I just don't know if it'll be this time. Yeah, it's fucking time. It's a fucking Echo's banner, dude!
I'm Palla.
Fucking Christ!
Arcadia in search of my sister.
Oh my god. Yeah, Echo's Palla. What the fuck are those? Oh my god. The Lady Blade. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Cool. I mean, it's about time that got added. Sure. Okay, it's Kanto. It's literally a Kanto weapon. It's like, really? Okay. Zeke, let's go! Fuck yes! Let's go! He's finally in the game! Yes! Oh, yes. I've been waiting for him to get into the game for so fucking long. A holy Gradivis. Okay. I mean, I was going to have it. We kind of knew that. Defense, Res, Menace. That's actually pretty damn good.
Think badly of me.
At least think about it innately. Alright, is it Tatiana? It's Luthier. No, everybody fucking is Luthier. I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. It's kind of obvious.
Pleased to meet you.
Wow.
Yes, sounds right.
It does sound right. It's okay. You know, that's actually not a god-awful 4-star kit. It kind of just what you would expect from him, I guess. Oh, to be fair, his damage is like higher up, and I wouldn't have expected that one, that's for sure. But we'll see. All right, so what's up with Nott exactly? That's what I want to know. At least what she comes with in her kit. Moon's Elegance.
I will be the one to succeed my honored mother as Jotunheimer's next queen.
Not really, no. Yeah, fucking Dark Mythic! No, dude! Oh. Heritors is completely fucked on every single season now. I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. But I'm not surprised, that's for sure. Oh, God. Interesting animation then.
You offend me.
I'm very confused as to what the hell those things are. They're like robots or some shit?
Over here?
I don't even know. I mean, that's probably Pathfinder, right? So... anything about who the GHB is? It's Tatiana! Holy shit! Oh my god, and she's a mage too, a blue mage. Huh. Well, I know who my next +10 project is. Oh shit. And yeah, that's the celestial thing. Okay, got it. Okay, well, I literally knew. I tweeted out like 20-25 minutes before this that I have a feeling that an Echoes banner is gonna come up, and I just don't know what the hell to do about it in terms of like if I wanted to do some like dumb, humiliating bet. I didn't place anything, so I don't know, but I feel like now I kind of need to do something. I don't know. Okay, it's fucking happening in Echoes banner, and I actually kind of have some orbs, so it's whatever. Okay, Palla. Let's see. Well, I mean, she's a sword flyer. Makes sense. I mean, she literally was one in Arcadia. Might as well do the same thing here. Okay, so the Lady Blade. So it enables Kanto too. That's whatever. That's pretty straightforward. It's basically what Reagan has, except for 2. So that's whatever. She has a brave weapon. Dual phase brave weapon, by the way. And wow, adaptive damage. Just straight up. Okay, I genuinely don't remember what the Lady Blade did. I'm gonna be honest. It's been so long since I've played the game, so I don't quite remember. It was only something that I know was like, you know, usable by only female units, but that's about all I remember. It felt like it was just a generic-ish sort of weapon. I think it had like some weird values, but I don't really remember. I don't. But in terms of just what Lady Blade is in itself, I mean, it gives the inflict speed -5. Although to be fair, is she actually like doubling or like what's going on here? I mean, it's possible that she still could have high speed. It's just, you know, -5, but I'm honestly not even too sure. Based on other renditions of Palla before, she's probably going to have like a higher attack, at least based on like duo Palla or whatever, for example. So she's probably just going to have like a higher attack, but you know, you won't have to use, what is it? I keep forgetting what it is. Triangle attack. You want her to do that here. She's just has straight up brave. And adaptive damage, I mean, that's pretty crazy just globally as is. I mean, the last unit who basically had this was Nott, right? As far as I remember. And then you also have Brave. Dual face, keep in mind. So she's probably not going to be stacked up in terms of having, like, insane enemy phase stats. But I guess the fact that she can at least attack twice when the foe initiates combat as well, I actually kind of like that, especially for a perf. It's like, whatever. And I guess it kind of works out. I mean, it's an 11 might sword as well, so it's not insanely huge or whatever. It's they have it balanced out to the best of their ability. And I think that's okay. I mean, Kanto's been kind of whack as of late, but at least she has no need for near trace, technically. She can run some other stuff if she really wants to. And I mean, technically, she can really have whatever she wants since her B slot is free. Because otherwise, she has Rally Attack Defense Plus. Sure, why not? Attack Res Ryan 3. Again, sure. Although, yeah, actually, wait, no, that makes sense because of the adaptive damage. Although, I feel like... Because what are you really trying to attack on? Because I guess most physical units she would go up against have the lower res, so lowering the res makes sense. Okay, sure. And then the new skill, R Dual Flying 4, I mean... With B Dual Flying 4 already being a thing, and I don't remember if C Dual Flying is a thing. No, not C Dual Flying, G Dual. Either way, though, I mean, this works out. I mean, if I end up pulling for Palla, it's probably just going to be the mainstay. But, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who would do... Oh, wait, I remember. Hey, anybody with an Ashnard, have fun pulling for Palla, because they're definitely grabbing this. There's no way you're not.
How wonderful.
Oh, boy. So if we're going to see... you're definitely going to see some Ashnards with this, and I actually am kind of glad to see that happen. I don't know why. I just feel like, hey... It'd be kind of cool beans to see some R Dual Flying 4 Ashnards. Maybe in Ponza Loki, I'm not too sure. Who knows? But I mean, overall, I don't think there's really too much to really say about Palla, since majority of her stuff is literally just very straightforward. Kanto, Brave, adaptive damage. There you go. Simple as that. I don't think too much more needs to be said. The big man himself, Zeke. I've been wanting this man in the game for so goddamn long, and I am so glad that he's finally in the game. I've had so many concepts of how he would get into the game, and while I've never actually been able to put it out into a video, I mean, it's kind of just been sitting there. But hey, I knew he would have a Gradivu of some sort. So, I mean, it's kind of just like, whatever. And, I mean, I didn't put any sort of guaranteed follow-up attack in his weapon. I had some other stuff, but... I mean, this makes sense. Start of combat if units above 25% HP, he makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. And this is on dual phase, by the way. So the way that I'm thinking about this is that he's basically going to be statted out like, you know, big tanky units. Like, he's basically going to be a better Dusel, at least in terms of proccing his weapon. Because his condition, Dusel, was to be solo, I believe, right? And then it gave... defensive bonuses as well. This is just straight up just to be healthy, literally. And I haven't quite talked about it yet, but having the ability to just make it so that, hey, if you have over 25% HP and you get whatever bonus, it's just straight up good, literally. I mean, do I really need to say too much? That's such a very forgiving and very easy to activate condition. Like, I don't think that really... It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. So... I mean, this is pretty just simple, straight up as is. You don't need anything else in your weapon. Just DC and then guaranteed follow-up attack for being healthy is just... You know what? It's good. I like this. I really do. Otherwise, I mean, he's going to definitely have some big defenses because, I mean, 1, he has Bonfire. 2, he has attack defense catch 4. Then he also has low attack defense 3. Yeah, no, he's just going to be... a real nice physical bruiser for another premium Lance Cavalier. Oh god, this is not going to be fun when he's color share with Nott, but it's whatever. But the best thing here I actually kind of like is defense res menace, mostly because I feel like this could universally be used on like any unit, literally, because those are both just valuable stats to debuff as is. Even if you're not necessarily the one who would want to maybe benefit from those like the personal buffs necessarily, I think just being able to get off the ability is what's mostly crucial here. But I do like the fact that, I mean, well, it just further accentuates the fact that Zeke is going to have high attack, high defense, high res, no speed. So it doesn't take, again, it doesn't take rocket science or whatever. It is very straightforward. Like, there's nothing really here that's throwing anybody off. So it's just like, you know what? Why not? Whatever. I don't think I need to say too much for this, but again, I already kind of said it. I'm going to hate having to pull for Zeke if he's scourging with Nott at this point. It's just like, God fucking damn it. Maybe Spark is going to be fine. Whatever. Anyways, now we've got our 4-star. We've got Luthier. I mean, a lot of people really expected him to be the 4-star focus for whenever he gets released. Like, it doesn't take a lot to imagine that he's not extremely somebody who can be that powerful, I guess, in terms of like, oh, like he had like this special weapon in the game, so he'll probably have that. No, he seems like a very cutout copy mage here. And I actually kind of like the fact that he is green. I'm pretty sure, actually, I did predict that he would be a green infantry mage. So you know what? Give that to me. I mean, a lot of people kind of figured at that rate. So you know what? It's whatever. But hey, it was kind of obvious, and it really works out in his favor, I feel. Just because, I mean, we've had however many red mages already released this book, and a couple other blues as well. I mean, you literally have a free blue mage on this banner technically as well, but more GHB, but that's besides the point. Nothing really too impressive here, honestly. Although, to be honest, I mean, I didn't actually realize that Grandfox wasn't a thing yet. So this is going to be the main thing really people go for. And to be fair, it's not like it's anything super, you know, super brand new must-have and all this sort of stuff. Or at least, it's not anything that's super groundbreaking is what I should say. Because a lot of people are going to go for this because, I mean, people have been wanting a Fox Home for their green units for so long now. In case they want that inheritable option, it's just like, it's simple. You know what's going to happen. And being able to have this option now finally for green tomes, it's like, it's a deal breaker. It's like, there you go. Go get him. Why not? He's 4-star focus. It shouldn't take that long. And even if you don't get him, after this banner, he's going to be 3 and 4-star permanently. So it's just going to be there. You won't have to worry at all. Otherwise, if you still want to use him out of the box for whatever reason, and I mean, to be fair, I'm going to for a while until I figure out a kit for him. He's got Glimmer, Swift Sparrow 2, and Guard. That's a pretty solid budget kit, to be honest, although it's nothing really new. I feel like this is also like a cutout. I feel like, actually, I'm trying to think if this is actually a, wait. No, I just realized. I think this is actually just Nasala, right? I'm almost certain this is basically Nasala's kit. He has Guard and Swift Sparrow. I don't remember. He has an AoE, though, I think, if I recall correctly. But that's besides the point. You have Swift Sparrow and Guard. Especially, actually, thinking about it. Swift Sparrow on a 34-star pull unit. Finally. I was wondering when that was about time. It was only on Grail units before. But, you know, this is actually, you know, it's fair. I'm pretty sure, actually, I did also say Swift Sparrow 2 would actually be on him or something like that. Something along those lines. I think I said that in, like, quick repose. Something there. I don't really remember. I'm not going to look at the document right now, but I know I said some stuff along those lines, so I at least had some sort of idea what was going on here. But, I mean, now that it's actually, you know, actually happening, it's just like, well, okay. Oh, well. It's very interesting to see in hindsight how things have played out now since I first wrote up however many of those concepts that never came to light, keep in mind, but, you know, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fine. And there's still, I guess, a couple more I can make, but because I never fully completed them all, but that's besides the point. It's for units that are very, you know, hard to really make unique, I guess, right now. I'm very curious to see what his stats will be because in Echoes, he wasn't a very hard-hitting unit. I feel like the two units that I was very underwhelmed by in terms of their offensive capabilities were him and Bowie. They just didn't get that strong for me. And I know that hasn't been the case for a lot of other people either. So I'm very curious to see what his stats are going to be like, because to be fair, a lot of what you see here is also partially accentuated by his kit. So I'm curious to see what the actual raw numbers will be. I mean, they'll be pretty standard. I mean, Gen 5 infantry mage, so it shouldn't be too awful. I'm just very curious on the exacts, because I feel like that's going to be a very it's going to make or break him in terms of a 3 to 4 star merge project for a lot of people. I mean that more so for the people that aren't invested into Echoes, because I mean, if I remember correctly, Luthier is the most popular unit that wasn't in Echo, or that was from Echoes, that wasn't in Fae yet. At least as of CYL 5, I believe, and maybe even CYL 4, I'm pretty sure, since there hasn't been a banner since the end of like CYL, or at least book 3, is what I mean. So a lot of those people are going to build him up, I guess myself included, since I mean, hey, 3 to 4 star, whatever. But I'm very curious to what it'll have to make it so that other people outside of that, the people who like him are going to get him. So, I mean, it's me talking about favorites in a Valentia game. What do you expect? This is what you're here to see, right? Right? All right, lastly, we've got Nott. Everybody knew that shit was going to happen eventually. I was not looking forward to the day that they were going to finally have the Dark Mythic that finally gave the bonus slot there, because it just means that Dark Season is now going to become as filthy to play against as Anima has been. It's just not a very good thing for the game in terms of its health. It's just like, whatever. I've been wanting to talk about this for at least a day or two now based on something, and I still might. I'm just not sure how I'm really trying to formulate my words into that, but all you really need to know right now is that 7th defense slot, it blows, honestly, but it was inevitable as a thing, so it's just like, well, great. Anyway, she has, well, her proxy is probably the same thing, right? Yeah, grants speed +3 at start of combat if unit is above 25% HP. Grants +5 to all stats, and bonuses to each of those stats equal to current bonus to each of unit stats for 1 turn. And then Pathfinder. Yeah, so that's the same. She has Dragon Fang, DC, attack speed menace. Okay. I feel like in a way that's the same thing that I would kind of say for defense res menace, or defense res menace. Same situation. Anybody could really universally use this, offensively or support capability wise, just because again, it's nice to have those debuffs and those buffs all equivocally. So it's just like, okay, whatever. And her perf is Moon Twin Wing. Start of combat if she's above 25% HP. Inflicts attack and speed -5 on foe during combat, and also dodge. Okay. Okay, I don't think much needs to really be said there. This is just... At least she doesn't have Kanto at the very least, but Pathfinder is definitely going to be... especially when it's also Pathfinder on a Dark Mythic. It's just... Oh, this is going to get so nasty. I'm not looking forward to the upcoming Dark Seasons, or Light Dark. It's not going to be fun, and I know it. Pathfinder is going to be so silly. But the fact that she's also actually a capable unit itself, like even if you weren't using her in Aether Raids, she's basically just a straight up good unit. Just for her being healthy, she gets standard +5 to all stats. She gets bonuses to those stats based on whatever bonuses she might have as well. Which, if you're just going based off of her menace as well, that's just going to be giving her, like, well, if she has the +6 attack and speed, if she gets that off from somebody being nearby, she'll then get a bonus attack and speed +6, I'm pretty sure, right? Maybe I'm, like, getting the math wrong, but you get what I mean. Just for just getting that off, she's going to have a lot of offensive stats. And beyond that, you've also got the a debuff to the foe's attack and speed as well. And on top of that, she has dodge with DC. So she's going to be doing a lot of combat herself. I find that's a little bizarre. Mostly down to the fact, and I think that Dagger also kind of had this problem as well. They're both very offensively capable units. but it doesn't mean that they're really doing the best sort of things for their teams because they're mythics. You usually want a mythic that at least has some sort of utility that allows you to support your allies. Dagger didn't really have that sort of thing except for Pathfinder, really. And I mean, to be fair, I feel like in a way she is a better unit than Air in terms of being a mythic, but they also have their strengths and weaknesses, it's whatever. But I feel like for Nott, it's kind of, or Notes, whatever it is, I feel like this is kind of a missed opportunity for her. Mostly down to the fact that the way that you would want to intend to use her is using her for Pathfinder. And that's it. She's not really going to have much of an opportunity to really shine as an offensive unit. It feels like they want her for two separate roles. And it's kind of just like, it's really hard to balance those two. Especially when it comes to really just, you know, being a mythic. It's hard for Dagger to mix up, or at least commit to one thing because she wants to be offensive, but also wants to use Pathfinder. And that's the same thing here with Nótt. But it's more so the fact that she's also a defense mythic as well. But I guess maybe it just opens it up because, I mean, hey, she also gives the bonus slot. Maybe it just makes up for the fact that there's going to be another unit alongside it. I don't know. I mean, what could honestly happen here is, like, for example, I think a lot of the stuff that I saw from Saros was that you would make the bonus, like the mythic that grants that bonus slot, make them be the one in that bonus slot so that they don't start their turn. Get them dance. And I think Saros' that I've seen so far, I've seen a good amount of them actually have Odd Tempest. So what could possibly happen here is, like, you just give her Odd Tempest and she just goes in, does whatever she needs to do, and then being that far up, and she definitely would most likely kill a unit at that rate. I mean, she's that offensively capable, might as well have her go in and do something. But she'll also act as some sort of Pathfinder beacon, especially when you're that far up in enemy lines. I think that would be good, but I don't think that's what people might intend to use her for, is the thing. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what happens. I mean, everybody knows that this next Zark week with her is going to be absolutely filthy. So we'll see what ends up happening. That's just sort of what I at least would imagine is an example, at least, of what people could do. It's really hard to really scuff up a unit like this when they're this offensively stacked. But at the same time, it's really hard for them to fit the defensive mythic role when all they have is just Pathfinder. So, I don't know. Maybe Pathfinder is enough. I don't know. We'll see. Again, next week or whatever. We'll really see what happens. So, I mean, I'm not looking forward to it, but to see what's really going to happen, I guess I could say I'm inclined to see what's going to happen. So, no well. And I guess lastly that I can look at here, wherever it was. So, is that a... What tome is that? I can't actually tell what I'm looking at here with that tome that Tatiana has. It doesn't look like a fox tome, that's for sure. And I don't think it's a serpent tome. Looks like a rabbit to me. Maybe I'm just stupid, I'm not too sure. But I'm very curious to see what Tatiana has, especially. I mean, she's going to be a blue infantry maid, so she already, in a way, basically conflicts with Fallen Luthier, but at the same time, I don't really care. It's Tatiana. I absolutely love her. And Zeke together, but that's besides the point. Take a shot every time you hear that. Honestly, I'm just very excited to see what happens. I just want to know what she has, and, well, whatever happens. Hey, folks, post-editing Val here. I didn't realize at first that Tatiana actually isn't the GHB. In fact, it's actually Fernand. Tatiana's actually getting released, I believe, as Midpoint quests, in fact. So she's also a demote, which lines up with the fact that she actually does have a new inheritable weapon. We don't know what it is, so we'll see what ends up happening there. So my expectations for her are going to be, she's probably going to have a better-ish kit. Probably something along the lines of Luthier, but hey, we'll see. Either way, I'm very happy she's in the game. And hey, we also got Fernand too, so you know what? That's a plus for me. Okay, enough babbling. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like on the video, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you're going to be pulling on the spinner. Let me know what you're excited for about the midpoint finally. And, just let me know your overall thoughts. I really do appreciate you guys for watching the videos. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you hopefully soon. Bye bye.